see here. Just bear with me a momentito here. This thing is so slow tonight. Why are you so slow tonight? Let's set that one there. Save that. Why are you so slow? All right, am I live? Am I live? Yes, there I am. I see myself on there. And good evening, everybody. Happy. I see Sugar. How you doing, Brooke? Nice to see you. Yeah, I thought I would pop on for a little bit. Few things to talk about tonight. Let me close out some of these other boxes here. I don't think that they're necessarily necessary here. There we are. How you doing? Hey, Lacey. How you doing? Long time no see. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Ace. Nice to see you. I hope everybody is doing good this evening. We hope we got a little bit of rain today. I'm hoping it doesn't interfere with the Streamlabs here. I am live. I was half debating whether to go on today. I mean, I'm blistered up from it was a hell of a day today. Somebody made a comment. Why don't you get a rototiller out there, man? If I had money for a rototiller, I would have the rototiller. This is the rototiller, man, the old-fashioned way. Going out there with the pick and the shovel and going down 1.5 feet and double digging. You dig all of one side, you move the dirt to the other, you dig down the other side. How you doing, Kitten Cat? Nice to see you, Kevin Coda. We got the great Kitten Cat in the house. I'll tell you what was real nice about today was totally clearing my mind of everything. I got up this morning. I had a nice piece of the carrot cake, turned out beautifully yesterday. I went down to the big box store, as you saw. There was a little bit of distancing. I mean, it's like people are trying. Your garden's in container. Rent one. The rental places aren't open. They're considered non-essential businesses here, Vicky. And what's wrong with good old-fashioned horsepower? You think I'm made of money? Huh? Huh, Vicky? Did you put money in my PayPal so that I could get a rototiller, rent one? Slept all day. How you doing, Allie? Nice to see you. Welcome aboard. I'm just kidding, Vicky. Don't get all nasty. I had that nice cake. I went to the store, picked up, they had some fairly decent tomato plants. I noticed the store, like they're missing shipments of flowers, and I don't think they kept up with watering and things. It's just, I don't know. It's like stuff is just in a state of decay. It's, it was lousy looking in the store, and the people were all looking lousy. Nobody had a smile on their face. To help you, could you tell me where the drip irrigation stuff is, huh? The stuff for irrigating gardens and things. Huh? You doing a garden? Yeah, I'm gonna put in a garden this year. Why would you do that? Because we have the planter boxes to do. You got to go through 20 questions to get this stuff. And finally, could you just tell me where? Okay, it's down on the rough plumbing, plumbing wall. Hi, Celeste. How are you? Thank you, honey doll. I hope everybody grabbed a bunch of meat today. I've been trying to ring the bell on the meat for a couple weeks. Okay, make sure you grab your meat. Normally Fridays are grab your meat Fridays, but I forgot to put that on there yesterday. So it was a nice diversion today to get out there, do some very hard physical labor, which felt good to swing the pickaxe. I'm going to be feeling it tomorrow, but there's something very, very soul satisfying about doing that. So I kind of enjoyed that. It was very hard work, but the results are we'll have a good planter beds tomorrow. Yeah, I couldn't have a cookout tonight. It's raining up here, Janet. I don't know about your way. I'm going to push that to tomorrow night. Uh, nobody, well, every night's like every other night now in Cornholioville. So what does it matter? Saturday night, tomorrow night. So I'm going to set up tomorrow. All I have to do is lay down the hose and do the plantings tomorrow, put some seed in. And yeah, that's it. I don't have to worry about, I don't have to worry about being that exhausted. I couldn't have set up tonight. I was just too sore to lift the computer up and get all that set up outside and go find the stove and all that. So I got the meat thawed. So we'll do that tomorrow night. We'll be in Kitchen Stadium. Hello, Matt. How are you? Looks like it was going to be a sprinkle. Well, it rained here. I know you'll grab my meat. Yeah, Cobra John's freezer full of tri-tip and chicken and ground beef. Hi, Christina. Vicky, that's what I'm counting on, that you will grab my meat. Okay, grab my meat. All right. Yeah, I kid cat. Nice to see you, Christina. So that was a good thing. That was a very good thing today. I want to make sure, since I'm going to be traveling a lot and Missy Jen's going to be here, I want to make sure that she doesn't have to do a lot around here, like she had to hump hoses and things before and move stuff all over. I've got this drip irrigation system. I'm hoping that's going to be just lay out the hoses and let her rip, and it should absorb. I mean, the ground should be okay with that, right? And we'll do the plantings and leave it on for about an hour a night, and that soil should get good and good and soaking down there. So, hi, Almost Uber. How are you tonight, sweetie? So I debated whether to come on tonight. I was so sore, but that keeps you from getting bat wings, right? Rosie swinging that. Yeah, I know, Dave. Muscles are sore now. Wait until tomorrow. Boy, you ain't just a whistling Dixie either. For tomorrow, you had barbecue steak tonight. I just threw some spaghetti noodles in. I have 6 big jars, institutional size of Prego. I'm going to be using it again tomorrow night to do the chicken cacciatore, which is a great dish to have. It's a nice dish for a Sunday night. I got all those chicken breasts. I'm going to start using them. Hello, Susie. Nice to see you, sweetie. But I couldn't believe how compacted that soil was. We didn't plant anything last year. Last year, we decided to let those planter boxes rest for a year. You're supposed to let your ground rest, rotate it once in a while. So we did that for the first time. Not at night, in the morning watering, not at night, only in the morning. Well, this will be on. It's not going to be at the, it's not going to be in spraying all over, Dave. It's good. This hosing material just has holes in it that gives like a gallon an hour, and it's spaced every 18 inches, and you're just supposed to lay it in there and hook it down, and it's supposed to just saturate like you dropped about 60 gallons of water on there. So how you doing, Buff? Nice to see you. Hello, William Wallace. Good evening to you. So we'll see how it goes. I took up the old hose was all nasty. I've got the new stuff ready to go for tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to kink or not. I have a lot of elbows. I have a lot of T's to set that up. And watching the San Francisco theater group called Oasis. They're doing some funny stuff. Good. Glad to hear that. It's going to be hot next week. Well, God willing, it's going to be the week I really work on my tan, and Rosie, Marilyn Monroe comes back next week and all that. We haven't really had any kind of, would you say, heat at all so far this year. Insects and disease. Well, Dave, we'll probably set it on. The problem is when you water in the morning, then an hour later with the no humidity here and the high temperatures in this area, the moisture gets sucked out by about 2 p.m. And that's a long time to go till the next watering cycle. But I'll figure it out. We've had good success. A few days of 90s, that should be okay. It'll start to get me ready for Las Vegas. Las Vegas, do. Can you guys stand it? Getting ready for Vegas. The cool thing about Vegas is I have no idea what the hell it's gonna be down there. I got zero idea. All I know is when the gyms open up, I should be good to go. I think a lot of things are going to open around the 15th of the month, the non-casino hotels. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I got a lot of them. ELBOWs, Mr. X's pretty boy. Not the ELB, not the ELBO, but the ELBOWs. Then we'll call them 90 degree turns for that. So other than just doing that, enjoying the carrot cake turned out spectacularly. But I'm not sure about what the best time to water is out there. I have radishes up already. I got radish seeds. I don't know what I'm gonna put in there. You know, she can't do peppers. I'll probably put some cucumbers down. I'm not going to do rutabagas. Just because I don't know if they'll tolerate the heat here. Chinese lantern, this is a perennial. This looks like, that's like a flower. That should be interesting. These are kind of outdated, but I think that they should be okay. There's the Danver half longs, 6 to 8 inches long. The soil's got to be really worked well for these, because if you start to, how you doing, Timothy? Hi, Katie. Hi, Cupcake. If these start to grow down, carrots, if they hit the slightest bit of resistance in the soil, that's when they go weird. Down there, fairy morse, cucumber muncher, cucumber, squash is pretty good. I'm not going to grow cilantro. They give it away here. Spinach will burn up out here. I might be able to put it on the side over here, the spinach, because I enjoy growing. Spinach grows easy. Now, I'm not going to pre-start them. Yeah, Chinese lantern is a vine. Thank you, Mr. X's pretty boy. We got some jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. Will grow to 12 to 16 inches in diameter. Perfect for carving. Makes good pies, too. Interesting. I thought you had to have a special pie. Now, I do love beans. Is from the south. I do like okra very much. Clemson spineless okra. I just love that. Some people think it's a little slimy, but I like it. I don't know if we're going to do beans. Black Valentine beans are stringless at all stages of growth at 16 to 18 inches in length. A very old heirloom one. Seeds a little late in the season. They'll do our season. We don't get frost till November, so you need to get some compost for those beds. Mark, I'm good to go. Trust me, those beds are so deep now. I've laid more compost. I've put more sand in there over the years than you can shake a stick at. Yeah, some of these, the cauliflower, snowball cauliflower. Medium size. So there's just a ton of stuff in here. Just planted okra today. I'm going to enjoy that. We got the national pickling cucumbers here. Radishes. Radishes don't really do too much. For Dixie hybrid squash. Cantaloupe. Hale's Best Jumbo. I think we'll put down some of this sugar baby watermelon. That could be pretty cool. So I surely do appreciate getting this. And here, just planted that okra. I don't need fertilizer. I let those beds rest for a whole year. And those things are dug to a depth of 18 inches today. Ain't no rototiller in the world is going to get down more than that. That dirt is gold out there, Alan Gold, if you pardon the pun. Oprah Winfrey, that's what they called her in Baltimore, Susie. They used to call her Oprah Winfrey. When she started in Baltimore, she did a talk show with a guy named Richard Scher in the mornings in Baltimore weekdays. It was called People Are Talking. It came on from 9 to 10 a.m. And then she was also the anchor for the weekend news, WJZ TV in Baltimore. And they hated her guts and they practically rode her out of town on her on a real plant a money tree. I never had a lemon cucumber. I never heard of that. So I'm not going to use any fertilizer. This stuff should give you. The shirt's worthy of a nice earthquake. Yes, it is. I'm going to go get some ice in a little bit. I'm going to hit the hard stuff tonight. Kind of anesthetize myself a little bit. Yeah. Oh, man. Boy, I'll tell you, it's one of those nights you feel like hitting it a little harder, right? Some nights you just need the hard stuff. Let us see. What are we going to have tonight? Some of this stuff is too good to use. Let's do the Jim Beam Devil's Cut here, shall we? Let's go ahead and do this. I do love Jim Beam. But as you guys know, 4 Roses is my go-to. But I like to do 4 Roses straight up on the rocks. Okay. So let's get a little tooted up tonight. We've got the Jim Beam Devil's Cut. Let's see, pardon my drawers here. Yeah, that smells all right. Let's hit that with a good shot there. I think we'll leave that bad boy right there. All right. Guys, I don't have my spoon to stir. I guess that's all right on it, huh? No buried Walmart sacks out there. Woo! I'm going to stir that up a little bit. Hold on a minute. I got to catch up with Janet Fields. I know she's been drinking tonight. All right. That's what Janet says. I'm going to drink my way through a pandemic there. We're getting a Cornholio virus drink. Hell yeah, I'm sticking around till the end of this vid. There you go, Kevin. Katie says, I like the planter boxes you have. They seem like you don't have to do a lot of bending. No, they're going to be good. They're good if you work on them from ground level. You can just stand there and work the, and you can just stand there and you can work the boxes, and it's a breeze to work on. Let's see, we're going to send this Oompa Loompa out. Bye, have a good night. I'm afraid to go to Home Depot and wait an hour to get plants. I was lucky today. I got in, Janet, before the line started building up, the social distancing line to get into the place, because a lot of people were leaving. They didn't want to wait around. I wanted some Jim Beam, not very. Got all that whiskey in California. I got all the California oranges in Tennessee. There you go, Tammy. Angelo, Tuesday morning, 4 a.m. Initial little rollover. Get up, puke, go back to bed. Get up at 6:30, terrible, till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Went away Tuesday evening. Still didn't feel good enough to go chooching. Wednesday felt pretty good except the first hour in the morning. I didn't have vertigo, but I just felt, heavy-headed. And then Thursday and Friday and today I felt great. So it did not last long. It did not last long at all. RB Fat Cat, how you doing, babe? Nice to see you. So I'm 100%. once in a while, like I'm sneezing, I get allergy. I displace what's called calcium crystals, and you have I don't know what it's called. It's some fancy, stupid name for something, but you displace some of these little calcium crystals in your ear canal. They're in a fluid, and they have to be held in a certain place, and they get loose, and it causes problems. So I got my plans from the Piggly Wiggly. Good evening, Hop Frog. Nice to see you. Yeah, you can buy everything. Hi, Mrs. ATX. How you doing, beautiful? Nice to see you. So, yeah, I got that done today. The nice thing about doing that much hard work is tomorrow should be very easy just to lay out the piping. So I will be doing the kitchen stadium tomorrow night, reprising the chicken cacciatore. I've already got the chicken out. I like to cook something a little special for Missy Jen at least once a week here. So that should be a good dish tomorrow night. We'll cut up the chicken into medallion size. We'll throw it in with a little bit of garlic, a little bit of oil, and we'll let it rip there. I think I'm out of olive oil. Anything special planned for Cinco de Mayo? Our Cinco de Mayo got canceled. It'll be the first time, and since I've been here, this will be the how many years I got here? This will be the ninth year. What did I get? The eighth year. I got here May 31st of 2012. I moved in, and then that was after. So this would have been my eighth Cinco de Mayo, and they canceled up here. Let's see. Janet says, I'm buying the family pack at Chevy's and Margaritas for Cinco de Mayo. May the 4th be with you. I love watching your Rancho projects. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy that, Jessica. I'm going to be moving more towards recorded content on the channel. It seems like people, I get a chance to sort of tell a more complete story. I love doing the Hangouts, but I have to start transitioning to the road. Where a lot of my evening activities, I like to do night shooting of cinematic things at nighttime. I think the streets, the hoods, places like the Strip, places like downtown, they lend themselves much more. And cinematic stuff is much better when you have the lights at night or very early in the morning. It's very hard to get good videos and the sun's directly overhead and it's very harsh, but night is good. So I don't want to be every night going live, except after a shoot is done to maybe hang out for a little bit. Thank you, William Wallace. Yeah, Carrie Joe, I worked hard today. I did. I was swinging that pick. I was to do. They told me that. How you doing, Bob Sacamano? Good to see you. I hope you're staying safe wherever you are. There is a certain maneuver that you do, but luckily, Bob, knock on wood. How you doing, Missy? This is something that has only happened to me the second time in 3 years. So let's see. Where they roll your. Hello, Rosie. Tough says, watch time, learn a great deal, and your great love your collection. How you fix electricity. Oh, thank you very much, Tough. I appreciate that. Watching for a long time and learned a great deal and love the collection and fixing electronics. That stuff will be coming back, but it's just a question of priorities. It's just a question of priorities. Oh, Janet says, last time I had vertigo, I worked at Home Depot. Boy, that was a bitch. So you don't like heights. Oh, thank you, Green Helmet Guy. I appreciate that. My night is my world. City lights, painted girls in the day. Nothing matters. It's the nighttime that flatters. You have a city like Las Vegas, and I'm not going to just shoot traditional stuff that you see. I'm going to tell other stories in Vegas too, the other Vegases, in more of a cinematic type of way, but I'm also going to press it for things like night things. I've enjoyed doing those kind of things, but I want to make sure I'm starting to ramp up the content on the road, because now in the United States, in our history, in my opinion, is going to be an incredible time of transition and challenge, and the streets are going to be lit. Okay, there's going to be a lot of stuff. There's going to be more danger on the streets. I'm not talking about at nighttime. I'm talking about, in my feeling, like tempers could flare. Hello, Parker. Uh, People's fuses are getting shorter. You can see that these days, and it's going to lend itself to good storytelling coming up, and that's what I want to do. RB says, I'm trying to transition to a night that no one ever related. No one for my nighttime. Madness. Let's see, Jessica's. I'm always excited to see where you take us next, whether it's on the homestead or on the street. Well, thank you. We'll have part 2 tomorrow of the plantings. But don't you get the sense that we have passed a major threshold here? And I think we all agree. It's the 3rd, tomorrow's the 3rd. The 17th of May will mark 2 months that California has been in lockdown. Now, of course, I know you're going to say, well, places like at the beach in Orange County and Newport Beach and places, yeah, people are breaking, they're out on the beaches. They're trying to maintain, hi, watch, thank you. They're trying to maintain social distancing. But the governor said, whatever, California, San Diego, they're all on the beach. They're practicing, thank you, Sugarcane, they're practicing social distancing. Thank you, High Watch.
Good evening, pretty lady.
They had the police with the horses there.
Yeah, I was thinking San Diego's still wide open down in San Diego County.
It's all blocked off.
Did you see San Diego?
Yeah, I watched
Okay,
it.
well, maybe I'm behind then.
No
Maybe I'm
beaches
behind.
for California.
Okay, well, I don't know. Government should have never shut down the economy. There's a lot to be said for that, too. Hello, Sugarcane. I think they were afraid of overwhelming the medical facilities. But my point was that things are going to change a lot. And we're going to go now from where, how do I put this? People were kind of in their own world in the last 10 years. We came out of the Great Recession of 2008 and we kind of did our own thing. We built a service economy, huge number of restaurants, bars, things like that. All dependent on money flowing and good jobs somewhere in the system. And now that's going to be tested quite a bit. And as a result of that, from being sort of at home or in entertainment, restaurants, travel, cruises, I'm not saying there's a lot of the world that's U.S. that's poverty stricken. I understand that. But a lot more stuff is going to happen on the streets now. You're going to see a lot more people taking an interest in politics. Who in the hell cared about politics the last 10 years, right? People get a little amped up for Obamacare. They got a little amped up for the 2016 election. But now they're going to be a lot more amped up. Let's see, some of those places that have opened have started to increase in corona cases. Yeah, Texas is starting to really shoot up. I think they had over 1,000 cases in Chicago's a basket case, 3,000 cases or something on there. Too many small businesses. Let's see, Sugarcane said, your chooch to do me, we'll get in the van and let you see you get on the, there we go. Let us see you get in your van. Okay, well, I do that. We're Taco Bell and I haven't been couponing. All right, Katie. Prostitution's making a comeback. Not even a lockdown. You can come and go as you please. Well, theoretically. Hey, Jay, thank you. I appreciate that. Jay Berlin in the chat. Thank you. Slowly reopening. Hello, Blinsk. Make sure to keep an eye. I'm watching Texas very closely. Down there to see what the experience is going to be. Now, the state of Mississippi, y'all may not have seen this today, but the governor of Mississippi, they were starting to loosen up. Now, Katie, you're down in Mississippi. Yeah, I heard Mrs. ATX. And I don't know whether the cases started going back up, but all of a sudden the governor of Mississippi is like, hey, we're in lockdown. We're in full-on lockdown again. down here. So I don't know what the heck happened. So actually doing online voting. Yeah, I was hearing about Texas today and big cities there. So I don't know. I mean, what's the, you can't stay locked down forever, right? I mean, right? Unless you're with Mrs. ATX. That's all right. What's going up with Gallup, New Mexico? Did that not scare you a little bit last night when all of a sudden the governor comes out and says, "Hey, you know what? Yeah, you can't get in or out of Gallup, New Mexico." What the hell? Didn't they do that for would they do that for Long Island or something for a little bit? Ina Garten asked him from the Food Network to please block the the bridges over to Long Island and all that. So doing the second wave may be worse than the first. We're fine here in town. Not going to be governed by fear. Yeah, there we go. So you can see Mark is like, we're not going to be governed by fear. But some other people were like, yeah, we're locked down again, and it makes sense. So there's just no rhyme or reason. I just think there's no hiding from Cornholio. I think that's going to be the bottom line. And Janice says the second wave may be worse than the first, but it may be more benign than the first too. Not all mutations, flip a coin, not all mutations go to worse. Okay, a virus doesn't know when this is not DNA strands. These viruses, not to get to those of you who had biochemistry and things, you have RNA, ribonucleic acid, and deribonucleic acid, a double helix of DNA. Well, the single strand is called RNA. And the reason it mutates so easily because it only has half of an RNA. It only has half of the DNA. So it's always out there seeking something else to try to bind to grab that RNA and make a completed DNA. So it doesn't always have to be for the worse, though. It can move to the better. Yeah, Rosie, go to college and invent us a cure. Wouldn't you all be amazed? Tranny in California invents cure for world cheers. Yay! Sorry to say, High Watch says the truth is millions of miracles survive this, and people need to get ready for incinerators to be running full time. That's a very daunting thought, High Watch. But there's I don't know what to say. I don't want to say something stupid. Well, people that have gotten it are getting reinfected too, so that's weird too. How you doing, Ann? Ann Liebert in the chat. And nurses being laid off because of most people viruses are sent home. Yeah, so it hopes that way, but it seems to be a 5% killer. Tuff said, "Hello, Rosie. Your health is most important. Wish you all the best and wish you a speedy and relaxing. And will always be watching until the best." Oh, thank you very much, Tuff. Did I miss you about your future on YouTube? You did, grumpy old man. You missed it. So they want plasma donation from those who get better. That's the old school way of doing it, right? Get that plasma injected. So no, my future is gradually getting to the point, grumpy old man, where I'm going to be doing more collaboration with people on the road, meeting people on the road. Hopefully, that could be a solo act or with Dee. I don't know, other people. It's all about the social distancing, and I'm a hugging person, and banging elbows or whatever. Tough way to meet a gal and have a date, right? So it's interesting. I don't know one person who's been infected. I asked other people in public that. Well, we had North Shore Towing had it. Rubber Wilbur in our chat. Yeah, John Hopkins says 40 million asymptomatic people recovered. Yeah. So we'll just see what, we'll see what happens. Okay. I'm not making any predictions. I don't know any more than, I probably know a hell of a lot less than a lot of you know when it comes to this stuff. But I do know that as I begin to ramp up for travel, it's you can look at it two ways. A lot of travel people are getting off the road. A lot of RV people have parked their rigs. The amount of content that's coming out of the nomad community is dropped off of a cliff here. Okay, it's going to be a combination of money. Gig jobs are getting harder to come by now for a lot of these people that did gig work, and uh, there's going to be more of an open field for people that are still traveling. The risks are going to be much higher. There's no doubt about that. You might drive right into a Gallup, New Mexico, infested with Cornholio. You never know. But I'm looking forward to telling the stories of what's going on in the streets, and also being able to get in the heart of a story if something's developing and I'm on the road and I got a chance to go up to Michigan to Lansing and go live in the middle of a demonstration when they're busting into the state house with weapons, and to be in the thick of the action and getting all that. But you know what? If big government is down and wanted to destroy all the small business in the world and give it all the corporate, this would be the way to do it. Yeah, San Diego's itching. What does that mean? And my husband has COVID. Sorry to hear that. Well, Feta says someone I knew in high school passed away last week. Yeah, most nomads are home. Green says it ruined my RV trip. So says about a crucial time. Even some of your streams have shown this to expose what different cultures accept as true. Absolutely. I take a very, I don't want to call, I take a very pragmatic, fatalistic view. The most you can do is wear a mask, but you live a life in fear, or just, I can't stay home all this time. I can't do that. Her streams are cleaner than a Walton's episode lately. Oh, COPD. I'm sorry. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Okay, so I'm looking forward to telling those stories. I want to go to places like New Orleans. I want to see how the city is coping and how Las Vegas is going to try to get the casino industry going back and again, and the gaming, and see how they deal with things on the internal. See how gaming tables are set up. Look at the new slot layout. Look at the way hotels are done. Try to just see if people are comfortable. Tell a story. Not just to go live, but to use the camera to tell a story. Get the idea of the story you would like to tell, and then go get it and get that story, put it together, edit it, and put it up there. So there's a million stories to be told out there. I've already cut my teeth in training days for years on here, so the government checks will continue coming regardless of how many business careers there. Don't worry. I'm beast. I got through this run. Yeah, there you go, RV Fat Cat. You're anything but a beast, baby. You're a pussycat of the first order. Hello, Waldo Boyd. If you live off the government, Mitch McConnell made that very, very clear. I don't think they're flying by the seat of their pants down there. But aren't you guys, asking you as a side chat here on this channel, aren't you excited to be able to get the information firsthand that you want to see, that's not filtered through news media and not filtered through a lot of narration, but going in there and just capturing the scenes, and you make your own judgment about how things are going to go. Yeah, bars. You got how many bars are in this country? A couple 100,000, a couple maybe 100,000 bars in this nation. You got to have 6 feet of space. You got an 18-foot bar. You can put 3 people at a bar now. Really? They're telling the restaurants here, pull out every other table. How are the economics going to work with that? Yeah, that's what High Watch said. I think your chooches are fine. I'm not for big crowds for a while longer. Too many plants being shut down to not exactly. I mean, it is. There's serious stuff going on. High Watch. I've, as I said, Space Girl's permanently social distancing. Where's Alan Gold? Let me. I'm gonna tear this top off. All right. Here's the thing, I watch. We haven't, I remember vaguely in 1968, I was 10 years old. I remember my mother sat us down in 1968, and I remember her distinctly telling us, there's a good chance, because we didn't have a lot of money, I don't think we had insurance, there's a good chance your dad's going to die. And we're like, how is that possible? He had the Hong Kong flu in 1968, and I remember how I think he had like 104.5 fever. It was crazy. Okay, that's like my only touchstone of pandemic. All right, we haven't had anything like this since 1918. SARS got nipped in the bud, the bird flu, the avian flu, all that stuff got nipped in the bud. So we're used to just sailing along, right? High watch, no problems. Then you hit something like this, and in 2020, the human mind is conditioned to see a beginning, a middle, and an end. Okay, we've seen the beginning. We think we're in the middle, and we want to see the end. So thank you, Deb. So we're thinking now in terms of, okay, time to get out there again. The Cornholio's passed, and it hasn't. And this is what's going to be the shock to the system, I believe, in the month of May, and could turn the markets on their ears again for the month of May, because people's minds were conditioned to think there's a beginning, a middle, and an end here. And that's not necessarily the case. Small businesses are going to have to raise prices to make up. Yeah. Thank you,
Vegas
Deb.
baby.
Vegas baby. But the problem with that is that when you raise prices, you're flying in the face of economic theory, which says you increase demand by lowering prices, not raising them. So you'll just be cutting off demand. Plus your raw materials may be harder to get, meats and things like that, and more costly. So Alan Gold says Vegas ain't coming back. Angus, good to see you. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a horrible day for you. I found that my best friend passed her. She was the nicest kind. I'm sorry, Angus. I'm sorry, honey. If you can make the to-go food business work for you, if you can't the never-ending story. Rosen hasn't come up with the cure. That's right. I haven't come up with the cure. So, how you doing, Lisa? That's my feeling about this. We're conditioned to have fast, Trump's like, okay, General Motors, today is Tuesday. We need ventilators by Friday. Let's go. And a week later, he's yelling at the chairwoman of General Motors, right? For it's only so fast you can do stuff. And it's the vaccine. You might be creating a vaccine for a moving target that mutates and other things. So it's. I was in line last night at Taco Bell for 45 minutes. It was busy. Yeah. But what has that done, Katie? What has that done now when you think about it? We've totally cut out every kind of restaurant experience. Now, half of the half of the things above, our Denny's aren't open here, okay? Our Popeyes isn't open. All right, a lot of things are still closed here, but we've cut out at least half the restaurants that are above, the fast food things, the local tavern, the local place you go in for a sit down, like a Cheers, bars, places like that. I mean, they've effectively been put out of business. Much, in your high end places. So yeah, the only alternative is to just have the fast food that's available. Check in because California got it first, and I know you're intelligent. Thank you, David. Trump's going to Phoenix today. Most of the manufacturing went to China. I hope that Forrest Trump. I enjoy eating at home. Makes it special. Hey Ward, how you doing? Yeah, I got the Jim Beam tonight. I got a little adventurous with my carne asada the other night. I have a cure for loneliness. Just come and get some, baby. Only a few weeks and we would have been prepared. I've been prepared since 2012. Well, we've been prepared here. We're not hurting for provisions. I took my own advice when I started being on the Prepper channel with TR Prepper back in 2015, 16, 17. And Missy Jen came here as a prepper of the first order. We had our barrel of 5-gallon buckets of food provisions as soon as February. When I hit the first alarm bell, I went out there, did the shopping, and we loaded up with the things that we needed. We don't have to see the inside of a supermarket. I mean, I'll miss beer, but we got enough whiskey in the out in the workshop to float a battleship. So don't rely. I'm not really. That's what I mean, Maddox. I'm not relying on a vaccine. Okay. Virology is a very complex branch of science. Okay, it's very hit or miss because viruses mutate because they only have RNA, they don't have DNA. Okay, so they're always looking for something else to combine with, whether it's a pig RNA or a bird, whatever out there. Dinner put a lit candle on the table. You and your partner makes a bologna sandwich. That's kind of cool, grumpy old man. That's kind of cool. Well, RB Fat Cat, you're a very down to earth cat. Okay, but there are people that are panicking. This is why I was telling this gal today that I only could talk to her a couple minutes because I was working it. Try doing a garden. Get your mind off it. I'm getting back into cinematography again. I'm looking at one decent travel camera to take. So it's totally put my mind off of this, that, and plus digging in the dirt has been very, very therapeutic for me. No cover charge, but thumbs up are appreciated. Yeah, we got 200 people in here. Let's get some thumbs up, please, tonight if you're enjoying yourself. Do you still have that blanket Drew made, Jen? Of course we do, Brandon. Of course we do. Yep, that is the quilt. Sure do. Yep. I don't want no stinking vaccine. I'll take every vaccine that I can get. Always have, always will. When this Cornholio first piled on the scene in January, bing, I went right down to the Rite Aid, zing, got my seasonal flu vaccine. Because I knew if I got the symptoms of a influenza, it was probably Cornholio, okay? So I've done about 2 days. Yeah, that's good. You're an expert now, huh? Spend some time on these. Is a good camera and a blanket on the ground and a nice bikini. Janet made my day by telling me that we're finally going to get some sunny, hot weather next week, which would be fantastic. What a perfect time to start the siege here. So most of these things are 90 days, so they go in the 4th. June, July, August. We'll be harvesting August into September, so that will be good. Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up, everybody. There are DNA viruses, but what I'm saying, JA, is these corona, when they mutate, they're combining with other RNA strands from either other viruses or things from other species and things, or from humans. Okay, so above average temp. June in New York, Walmart has the union doing plumbing. What does that mean, David? June in New York, Walmart has the union doing plumbing maintenance. Yeah, hepatitis. Well, that's a hepatitis strain of it. What I'm saying is these COVID categories of viruses. Finished my garden today after listening to you planting carrots. What did you do, Dave? Just throw them in? Carrots are kind of weird. If you've got to prep your soil down, because as they grow down, if they hit any kind of resistance as they grow downward, that's when they get deformed and they go weird. So you have to have really, really loose, fine soil down to about a foot down there. Let's see, Rosie, if the government asks you to put an RD to let airports and public places know you are not sick, would you let them do it to you? Yeah, I would, Brandon. I'm one of the very compliant people that the government loves. Okay, you can increase my taxes. You can stick a chip in me and do whatever the hell you want. Oh, okay. You have a medical degree in science. Good. Okay, great, JA. Well, you know a hell of a lot more than I do. I was just watching a interesting thing about how viruses mutate with the RNA and all that. Yeah, they're using your cell phones. I'm prepping for my trip to Bonneville, Cornholio. Nothing stops it. There you go, Cobra John. Let's see. Grumpy old man said, I'm scared for our stores and malls. I bet many will go down. No fun Christmas shopping experiences, I guess, this year. You know what's going to happen, grumpy old man? And I don't mean to detract from your experience of Christmas, because it is fun to see the cheer in stores. But we have to probably accept that there's going to be less purchasing, less indiscriminate purchasing, less, I don't want to say frivolous purchasing, fewer singing basses on the wall, stuff like that. And there'll be more utilitarian type of gifts. Maybe cookbooks will be in, a lot of people will get cookbooks and baking books this year. It'd be a great gift for people, right? If you've never baked before, to get a Rose Birnbaum book on baking or the joy of cooking. But what's going to happen is the slack will be picked up elsewhere. You'll see more municipalities. You'll see many more people, I believe, that will be decorating, and you got to get your Christmas spirit somewhere. And when I was a kid, there was a lot less commercialism and a lot more people took time to really have the festivity of the season. And then over time, it's, leave them up all year. Yeah, they burn out, the hell with it. I think people will create their own spirit, and maybe they'll rediscover the reason for the season is not, is not so much in material products and things, but is more in family and appreciativeness of who's still alive and who's still at the table. Thank you, Lisa. You can't handle needles. Hi, Snickerdoodle. That carrot cake was delicious. Well, I think so, grumpy old man. Don't get me wrong. I love to see stores decorated. I love the spirit. But I get my most spirit when I walk by windows and see, I'll walk past an Italian restaurant on a Thursday night in December, and I'll see I'll see a family or a office bunch of office workers that are having their Christmas party, and they're happy, and they have little bags of trinkets and stuff that they exchange, and I really I get more of the sense of the spirit of Christmas in that. So I look at the mall and it's sad, only Best Buy open. Yeah, Alpha Wolf said, Rosie O'Kelly, sometimes you speak too much. Alpha Wolf, as much as I love you, man, sometimes your speech is unintelligible. Okay. As long as we're talking about speaking, I'm just going to put it out there, man. It takes you sometimes 10 minutes to put a declarative sentence together. You're either jingle bells, it's Christmas time in Puerto Rico. Rosie O'Kelly, I tell you now, I want to do things to you. mm. You gotta open your wine. If we let them put chips in us, that's the book of Mark of the Beast. You can't go into public place, go anywhere without it. What would define that as the mark of the beast? I don't know. I mean, some people think putting a tattoo is the mark of a beast. Some people believe 666 is the mark of the beast. There's just a lot of different things that people believe. Have you made? Yes, I made ravioli before. I had I believe Joey D gave us a ravioli maker, and I did make ravioli, and it turned out beautifully here. Dude, I ain't been in panels were fun, but I couldn't hear anyone. Yeah, I think if you do panels for 3 years, all right, and then see how you feel. You see that Drury never returned to panels. He was the original one to do panels. Most people inevitably end up just going solo. Okay, there are certain people that gravitate to panels. G Mangoes is now in a period where he's enjoying the panels, but everybody, it's all has a life cycle to it, and you know, it is what it is. I've had a lot more joy since I went out solo. If you've ever been to the rancho around Chris, you'll see the best Chris. That reminds me of a child. Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, wants me and can't have me. There we go. People need to chill. I think the hardest thing for people is being with themselves, liking yourself. Thank you, Mama. Nice to see you. I do not buy it at market to be. I just don't. If I need a chip to buy junk, lay the junk on me. Hey, Cajun Cab. Hi, Molly. I mean, that's the way I feel. I don't always see everything as a conspiracy that the government does. I don't think there's any. I'm not a believer in some grand plan of things. I think, like anything else, the United States government flies by the seat of its pants, just like we all do. Mark of the beast is our acceptance that human beings are just numbers and not a spirit that is divine, separate from this world. This is just a sign of the end. Well, my driver's license might be my mark of the beast, right? Right. My nail polish, my choice of G-string. I just don't know. People will be ridiculed, laughed at not having this mark. I stay broke, so I won't need a chip. There you go, Lisa. I don't know. You know, it's something to think about, Brandon. Every time that the world faces a dilemma, you have you'll have an upsurge of religious fervor like we have now. All during the Middle Ages, when the plague was running rampant and diseases, people thought it was the wrath of God, so you had the flagellants that would march from town to town in processions and have leather tongues with metal nails at the end of it, beating themselves to try to appease God, right? And you started, uh, like in Spain, grabbing the Jews and burning them at the stakes. And it just, people panic and they look for some rationale that people can't. I guess the thing is, Brandon, people can't accept randomness of stuff. That's what I find is so surprising. Uh, Try and get your license renewed. My receivers are from alien communication. Hey, Brary, how are you? Long time no see. So that's what I would tell you, Brandon, is that in 2020, humanity has a very difficult time accepting the idea of randomness, that things can just happen, that don't have to be a consequence of malevolence or evil and things like that. I think that's the thing that I grapple with is, yeah, things come along once in a while, right? We've just happened to go a long period of time where we didn't have a real pandemic that had a bite to it. The only chip I'll accept needs to be on the tongue. Saying that I'm random. No, I'm just saying that things can randomly happen and people just have to react to them. Brandon, there were a lot of people that Bill Gates has been talking about pandemics, and other people have been warning at the CDC that we've been very lucky. We've dodged bullets with the SARS and the avian flu and some other things, the pigment or whatever the hell it was, SARS or whatever. So, once in a while you're going to get one right between the eyes. You don't have to take the driver's test and let them drive a straight ship. Yeah, you don't have to now. Yeah, Vicky says I disliked your panels. Vicky, it was that old devil booze, honey. That was it. But now, if people want to go on panels, Vicky, they have the choice. G Mango's happy to let you on. Vinny G, Jinx. There's a lot of people that still run panels and things. So there's something for everybody out there. I try to be nice because you never know what's more important right now than everything. Yeah, there you go, Cajun Cow. Didn't hear Rosie at all. Everyone just yelled over each other. Brandon, yeah, Brandon's a bird of a different feather. Yeah, slack. Cut people some slack. That's what I'm saying. I like you, green helmet guy. I like you. I don't know what the green helmet thing is, but I like you. The difference in the cell phone is that the microchip is actually and cannot be removed. Number of the beast. Well, I mean, my dog. The dog's got a microchip in it. I don't know. My particular DNA is my microchip, right? It's Jim Beam's fault. The devil's cut. I miss your panels. I thought I had friends. I'm not quite sure what that means, Tammy, but creepy Bill Gay, you got your wine open, yay! So we'll just sit back and drink a little bit tonight. Now, Dee, let me just put this on. Yes, I am a working girl. Tomorrow night will be Kitchen Stadium. I promise. I think the weather should be good and clear tomorrow night. It'll be fun. I can't guarantee that I'll have the fire pit ring set up yet. So, but it's getting hot anyway for that. So, I don't know, Sugar Cane. We don't know where dogs go, do we? I mean, we think we do. DeeDubs hit the road last night. Last I heard, he was in Iowa and gonna make Nebraska. So I would imagine he'll be in Las Vegas. The way he drives, he could be there now, for all I know. So we're gonna play it by ear. He's gonna do well. Tammy, they're still around. They're doing their own. They're doing their own thing on their channels and stuff. He doesn't know what he's gonna find when he gets to Vegas. He wants to get his bike or get to sell the scooter, get a bike. Somebody he can buy a Yamaha from. I think he really misses being on the bike, which of course I can't imagine. I don't want to be in a tent. I want to be in a city, boondocking. But he could make his way up to the rancho here. We just have to see. We just have to play it by ear. So, you Manning, Rosie. No, the mark of the beast is not. It's a way of thinking. Yeah, all dogs go to heaven. There you go, Cheryl. Yeah, we don't know where we go, Sugarcane. There's an old saying that one of my theology, I had the benefit or otherwise of a Jesuit education in college. And I remember a line that one of my teachers, I can't remember who it was, and he said, God made man in his own image, and man's been returning the favor ever since. So I thought that was a very good line. Yeah, D is heading to Vegas. Yep. Yeah, Vegas is getting hot. It's getting hot just the way I like it down there. So I can't find anything in Vegas. I'm making a chicken cacciatore again tomorrow because I have the noodles. I have some Prego I got to use up. So it'll just be, a rough cut version of it, but it'll be delicious. We'll slice some onions up. We'll put it in there. It'll be good. Now how will they be able to take people's temperatures in Vegas when it's 110 outside? Nobody can. Oh man, that's pretty funny, Janet. You think too much. That's the problem. I went to Loyola University in Baltimore. I miss being on top of something too, not on a bike. There we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm looking forward to the heat. The heat doesn't bother me. I've survived in Yuma, in the most wretched heat of Detroit and Chicago with super high humidity, 104 degrees. Done it, done it, done it. So that doesn't bother me too much. I can't wait to when San Diego. I mean, Dee and I wanted to kind of hang around L.A. and San Diego. Can you imagine the filmmaking ability down there? The stories to tell in so many of the neighborhoods and so many of the offbeat experiences. What a great town for telling stories. And San Diego, too, has some stories to tell. It's got a lot of natural beauty that lends itself to beautiful cinematography. And LA has stories from the most down and out of Skid Row all the way up to Malibu and on up. Gallup is shut down. I've seen her put 30 people have Cornholio. Yeah, I heard that, Chef. How you doing? Good evening. Nice to see you. Very honored to see you on the chat. I did. Cajun Kev says, I did good tonight. Cooked some sliced potatoes in the oven. Roast pork. Put the gravy on it from white rice. Black skillet brownie with 2 scoops of ice cream and caramel on top. God damn. Kev. Shit, man. The only thing you missed was the partridge in the pear tree. That's about it. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Gallup. Can you imagine grumpy old man? You could not even write a movie. Imagine you go to Hollywood and pitch the story. Well, there's going to be a pandemic, and the fat cat's sitting back in his chair, and he's like, son, talk to me like I'm a 5th grader, okay? I don't know pandemic from Panasonic, okay? What are you talking about? Okay, imagine a town where people are getting sick as dogs. You're talking my language, okay? Go ahead, tell me the story, right? And yeah, it's a mystery disease, right? There's no vaccine for it. And what did they do? The governor has to quarantine the town. What are you talking about? There you go again. I'm a 5th grader. The governor has to block the town so nobody can get in and out of town. Yeah, I'm liking this story. Yeah, I'm liking it. How's it turn out? I don't know yet. I would flip out if I was down there. I'd be blockade running. Woo! Through the desert. Take care, Sugar Cane. Just watch the movie Hollywood. Yeah, remember the thumbs up. Let's see if we can get to 100 here tonight. How you doing, Vanessa? Still looking forward to my margaritas. I mean, that's scary, man. That really freaked me out last night when I was baking, and somebody came on to the side chat and said, "Hey, you know what? They just closed off Gallup, New Mexico." And I'm thinking, okay, you can't get in. They're like, no, man, you can't get out. Okay, I mean, you can't get in or out. They now have National Guard and state police set up, and I was like, what the? I mean, if we're gonna have whole, like Fort Apache, the Bronx or something, or L.A. Hell, you can imagine the movie scene, helicopters flying overhead, trying to keep all the zombies in the town. Has to shut down the beaches also. So I don't know. He's smarter than fifth grade. I guess not, since we can't go to school. What's this world coming to? That's it. Well, that's the way my boss always was. Talk to me like I'm a grade schooler. Okay, explain it to me. All right, don't ever write me a memo more than 3 lines. Okay, that's it. Good night, Sugar Cane. Much love to you. Cinnamon Hot Hot. Thank you, baby. There you are. Woo! Seed day tomorrow, baby. Did all those preps. There's Cinnamon Hot Hot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the girl of the hour. She got me all these luscious seeds. Much love to you, honey. Thank you. Not sure if we'll put, we'll see the cucumbers and some of the squash. These here carrots. I'm fixing to put in some of these, maybe these beans tomorrow too. Yeah, it's Mad Max stuff, isn't it, Chef? I mean, you couldn't pitch this stuff to Hollywood. They'd say, "Who's going to believe that you can shut a town down in 2020?" Well, it happens. Mrs. Ellen Mellon says Agenda 21 and they're making pretty. Oh, thank you, Miss Ellen. Missy Jen is a big. Yeah, there's 19 more thumbs up. Missy Jen is all about Agenda 21. And she's all about, she sees the pieces falling into place for a new world order and all that. So I saw that but didn't read it. Yeah, Brary, they got this town of, let's see what's going on in Gallup here. Hold on a minute. Let's see what the heck's going on. It's really weird. I mean, what's going to happen to these, like Texas, Chef, if they're opening up Texas? If the number of cases start to fly up there, what are they going to do? Mississippi just clamped it down again. Gallup. Let's see what the latest is. Yeah, nothing. No. Gallup's on a lockdown. Governor Michelle LeJean Grisham authorized the lockdown. Yeah, the lockdown took business owners by surprise. Yeah, the outgoing mayor asked for lockdown of Gallup. That's weird. Asked for it. Outgoing mayor of Gallup, Jack McKinney, asked her to allow a lockdown of the city using the Riot Control Act, a crisis of the highest order. Huh. It's weird. Yeah, somebody had a sign. Where was that? I hate to say that because Janet loves Newsom. Somebody had a sign down at the protest there. Images. Where was that? I probably won't be able to find it. It said the social. It said somebody had a sign that said Newsom is a douche on the thing. It's strange how people feel about that. It's strange, people, man. I don't know. I don't know. Might have been that. Let me see if it was the Guardian here. Hold on a minute. It bugs me. I can't find the thing. Anyway, that was funny as hell. California has the best governor. Yeah, Lisa, she's doing okay. I think her bone density is actually pretty doggone good. Yeah, how frightening. People need to stay home. We're only just starting. It could be a long haul. But be advised, Cobra John is not going to be kept away from the Bonneville salt flats out there. He's got a job to do out there. Unusual for a politician lately. People need to stay out. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, Janet. But we won't have any economic backbone unless we just throw ourselves on the third rail of Cornholio out here. Okay, waiting for some vaccine to come. So, yep, Katie said I have to work to be able to live, so I'm going to work. There you go. That's it. Which for a lot of people, it's not an alternative to go to work. These people at Amazon, these people at the meat packing plants, it's like decide if you're going to work or you're going to hit the road. New York has the best governor. I feel for him, Lord. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want any governorship right now. How about this gal up in Michigan, right? Gretchen Whitmer, or whatever the hell her name is up there. Man, that was. I mean, you're going to barely keep the lid on some of these places. Virus is going to end until everyone gets a taste. That's what I'm saying. Let's get a little Cornholio light going here. That's the way I feel. That's what I think is ultimately going to be. You know, people think it's just easy to pump out a vaccine. It's not. Yeah, starting to spread into grocery distribution centers. Grumpy old man, what will the U.S. do to China, blaming China for all the death and killing in the economy? Nothing. Nothing. It's the same as if we went back in history and, 50 million people died in the pandemic in 1918, and it started right in Haskell County, Kansas. The worst pandemic in the history of the world. Took out more people, and we were fighting a world war. It just shit happens. Flus come up, and not a damn thing is going to happen in that regard. I might be the only one that is a better place to be doing this shit. Yeah, if we don't, people working no groceries. I have to point out that state unemployment plus is often much less than people, and we have bills that open back up. I hear you. I've seen the things about the flags with the gold fringe removed. I'm not sure what that's about. Blame Trump for responding way too slow. Well, whether it had been fast or slow, we'd be in the same situation we're in today. I'm not sure what the gold fringe means. Blame China for messing with the damn virus. I don't know what we would have done. February is when I got the alarm bell. When I talked to some friends in Hong Kong, and they're like, you know what they're doing here? They're stripping every bit of food off the shelves. I said, shit, wait till that gets to New York. They'll do the same damn thing, and damn if they didn't. Damn if they didn't. Give her that, and maybe the government give us more money. Yeah, well, of course, we'll be more self-reliant, grumpy old man. Plus, things move anyway very quickly. The cost of doing business in China is risen dramatically. The cheap land, the joint ventures, the no taxes deals for 10 years, they're all disappearing. You got places like Vietnam, India, Myanmar, a lot of these third world shitholes that'll be much more economical and things. So yeah, a lot of things will change because of this. Yeah, there you go. Salt and alcohol. History pizza selling only bypass misselling received. I haven't gotten mine either, Royale. I'm at the end of the line, baby. No telling me we got that virus that got well. Millions, Katie. Millions. You know? You never know. I might have picked up Cornholio early in Vegas or whatever, right? It's going to be a whole new world. So, how you doing, Amy's Ventures in Media Art? Is that my Amy that I know? Did you change your name of your channel, Amy? Or am I drinking too much tonight? I've only had one so far. Can I play the J.G. Wentworth? I know y'all hate it. Listen to Janet. Oh, don't play that. I hate that. That's good enough reason to do it right there because she hates it.
I have a structured settlement and I need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
I have an annuity, but I need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now.
They have thousands, they'll help you too.
One lump sum of cash they will pay to you.
If you get long-term payments, but you need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
877 cash now.
It's your money.
877 cash now. 877 cash now.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
That's right, baby. It's your money. Woo! 7 cash now. Man, that makes you forget all about Cornholio, huh? That's the greatest of American advertising right there. Cheryl's like, oh no. Oh my God, why do you like that song, huh? Fat Girl says not a single person in his commercials looked like they were actually singing. Yeah, Missy's like, can't we time Rosie out for a bit? Oh my goodness, I should get punished for that, but I love that. Sorry, that's a big thumbs down, Rose. I know. Sorry about that, Kev. The thumbs up just rose. There goes my chance of getting 100 thumbs up. Yeah, the Geico rat. Yeah, I'm officially on timeout right now. I apologize, Cheryl. But aren't you happy? I got my computer, my 4K computer. Huh? That baby's sitting right over there. I'm on timeout. Yeah, I need my money and I need cash now. Time for my husband to get back to work. I will tell you one thing. And I'd like Julie Army Mom to weigh on this because she has a significant history in the casino business on an executive and also a floor level experience of that. And I want to ask Julie, how long do you think, because Vegas is really starting at zero right now. And I heard today from the Ferretti brothers that some of the casinos may not even reopen until demand is such. It's not like Palace Station's going to come back and Sunset Station and blah, blah, Sam's, they're going to, and it makes sense. If you got 10 of them, open 1 or 2 at a time, get your capacity up. How long do you think, coming off of a zero base, do you think it'll take to get that? How well do you think Las Vegas will adjust to that? And will all the things that people have to do to mitigate getting the virus, will that take enough joy out of it that people will just, the experience will suck? And they might be like a car that you can't get it started, the battery's dead on it. So how you doing, Lisa? How you doing, baby? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lisa. Ooh, happy birthday to you. I did the Cacciatore a couple months ago. Yeah, your settlement might be worth less. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? I think some will never reopen. Isn't that a scary thought? Let me ask you this, Missy. We walked down Fremont Street, and as you walk down to the end where the plaza is, on the right-hand side, across from the Golden Gate, where the girl dances on the bar, they got their booty shaking, is the new, they just put up this whole new tower. I don't know what the hell it's called. They were working all like crazy on that. What's the future of that? Or how about when Dee and I would be trying to record a morning chooch, and they'd be working on expanding the Grand downtown, the whole huge building. You know, you're going to have a lot of empty capacity. Aussie, how you doing, babe? Oh, I'm still on timeout. That's it. I'm still on time. The Rio's going to die. One of the best back in '89. The Rio, yeah. I think it's been dying by stages, Cobra John, because number one, it's not on Strip. That and the Palms is across the road. I guess it's maybe it's Tropicana or something over there. You got the Rio on the north side of Tropicana, and you've got the Palms on the south side. And I think they've always kind of struggled. Maybe never opened a different economy. The Q, yeah, it was at the Lang Shake 'em. There you go, Aussie. Still number one in the bush, baby. Hi, Gypsy Mom. Toronto hasn't said anything about opening. I haven't heard any complaints about Toronto at all. I don't even know what the hell's going on in Toronto. Let me see something. I know the border's been shut down for over a month. "17 years ago, Toronto was a SARS pandemic center." Toronto, okay, here we go. Toronto reports 2,632 Cornholio cases and 92 deaths. Well, okay. Well, there's the graph of Toronto. So it looks like they're still climbing. All right, where's that green wall that you? Yeah, that's the one, Grumpy. That's at the. It's where I like to stay. The Gold Spike down there. It's really cheap. It's really a trashy, cheap place. Yeah, Palms will be fine. They've sold a lot of their suites over the private folks. And Julie says the problem is many casinos won't hire you unless you break off in off strip. Glass won't mitigate. People handle card. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like, what are you gonna do, Julie? Now. You know what the next thing is going to be? They're going to have virtual betting. Okay, you're going to have virtual betting. They're going to have something that's going to be like a touch screen or something that just puts, why do you need to have something like chips, right? Now, I mean, it makes a big to-do when you're playing Texas Hold'em and you take your whole stack and you push it in. Now you've pushed somebody to a big decision psychologically. There's a big stack of chips. They can either call that huge bet or throw their hand away and play another hand. Okay, you don't have that psychological edge if you have virtual chips anymore, you know. You just have a figure on the screen. That's far different than seeing that mountain moving into the center. The palms, yeah, it just didn't make it, you know. Okay, so isolated and safe here. That's good, Aussie. Aussie, you getting some lately down there? Wonder what percentage of customers from internet. Same with Disney, lost customer, everything. Um, Look, let's imagine that your mom and pop. Uh, you know, you're retired. You do your 3 trips to Vegas. You're in your 50s or 60s or 70s, and now you're thinking, okay, it's coming up to, you know, June. We get a cheap deal this time of year in June because it's hotter than hell down in Vegas. Are we going to go this year? And I just think if grandpa or grandma have any kind of inkling of any kind of health problem, well, you know, Pop, you've had this or you had that. You're like a weak mofo. You better stay away. They're not going to go. Who's going to show up as the younger people? Will be down there the 30s, the 50s that temporarily still have their jobs and their income. Okay, that's the thing. Will not work. Already tried during Obama's economy. I saw them from there. Fine. Gamblers will still go. I don't know. They tried virtual bets. People wouldn't play. Probably people bidding on how the virus will go. I'm just grateful I've witnessed history with road. That's right, Gypsy Mom, and you're going to be witnessing it firsthand. We're going to throw ourselves right into the belly of the beast. Right on down there. Amidst all the cinematic videos, getting right in there to tell the story. I hope you can pop into Ohio and go chooching no street fights. I hope to pass through Ohio and Columbus, Dayton, Wheeling on the border, Sandusky, Ohio. I want to go tell people some of the history of some of the best fighters. Boxers came out of Sandusky, Ohio. Some of the stiffest punchers, right? There's so many stories to be told in Ohio. It's amazing. And Choochen, you bet. But a lot of cinematic things to be told there too. A lot of stories. Go down on the trail of some of that boxing legends. Find some people in that town that remember Dean Martin. Okay, working out in Sandusky and stuff. Okay. Yeah, maybe try Reno, but nobody wants to go to Reno. Reno just, I really remember Dee and I. Hey, Cheryl and Missy, do you remember when Dee and I went through the Morris Burner hostel and how nice they were? How do you think the hostel scenes at Hostel Cat now when I got 6 people cornholioing in one room and triple, 3 bunk beds and two doubles and the cornholios flowing all around. Yeah, there you go, Katie. Vegas already has a lot of it. I think the more around, the better your immune system. There you go. Hey, Paul Dub, how are you? Virtual betting, you can't deal craps that way. What would you tell the next generation? I'm glad we have you to remember these things. I wouldn't tell them anything. You know why, Tammy? Because generational memory only lasts so long. In other words, my grandfather was born in 1895. He sailed right through the Depression. But as did my grandmother, was born in 98. Okay, and she told stories. All right. But, they impacted my mother and my father growing up. They knew that the times were tough. Okay, especially my mother being raised by a single mom, Okay, it was very difficult. So my mother, having seen what her mother went through, and my father having seen what his father and mother went through, they were really tight with the buck. You know, when I would tell you I was born on one end of the kitchen table while Pop was eating breakfast at the other, I'm not kidding you, okay? That's what I'm saying. Now, when it came time to our generation now, you know, we said, yeah, okay, great story. And my grandfather was just, it's all lost on you punks. In other words, we're good to remember about 40, 50 years, and that's about it. So I wouldn't tell them anything. I feel sorry for the millennials today. How about all these people that are getting out of college now in high school? It's going to be tough. Yeah, Marietta is a good place. You can make it, but you have the Vegas shoes. You never know what you might get from. There you go, Katie. I just don't like chooching in Reno when it's so GD cold. It's not fun. You know, and if you have the wrong person to chooch with, that makes it miserable too. Okay, that's the beauty of being out with D. He's like, yeah, let's, whatever. You know, I hope Vegas doesn't collapse. You're scared now. Crowds and germs. Lachlan had like 10%. Now, could be, Chef. I'll tell you what, Chef. I'll report. You decide. Fair and balanced. That's pretty good. I might trade. Oh, I can't trademark that. I can't use that. Oh, the juicy black widows. Deb, are you going to go on a hunt with us? Huh? Don't you want to be up close with a stick to grab one of those, put one of those babies on there? There you go. I had one of those bastards on my leg. The juicy black widows. You know what, Deb? Prime time. July, August, September, baby. Prime time before they cut all those Italian cypers out of there. Prime time. Don't sit your drink, Dan. You'll have cockroaches galore. I'd look at the side of a building in the ground. The cockroaches would be everywhere. The water bugs and stuff. I'm like, what the hell is underneath of this town? People ready to say they would flock to a honeybee if they could, even if they're allergic to bees, just to be out. Yeah, so maybe we'll get Deb to go down with us in Vegas. We can go down to the Cashman Center down there, the parking lot, and see where all the people are sleeping socially distanced on the ground on the parking lot down there. Bring a cage. First Street has bars, lots of shops, bricks. There's a lot of stuff to do. I like Ohio very much. You know, I think Dayton has stories to tell. Flight, you know, Wright brothers, and it's a hell of a state. Hell of a state. My husband just said virtual banks won't work. I said because idiots won't be able to use them. People touch the screens and will spread germs. Yeah, I don't know what the solution is going to be, Julie, but I'll tell you one thing. There's people burning the midnight oil, honey. Racking their brains at IGT, International Game Technology. Racking their brains to figure out how to come up with the ultimate safe game. Agreed? Because they go into the boss, and the boss is like, yeah, talk to me like I'm a 5th grader. How's this going to work? Nobody's going to get Cornholio. All right, give me order 1,000 of those things. All right. Go Bucks. That's it. The Ohio State University. Yeah. Cornholio is everywhere. You can see it in the air. Ooh. I don't know if you will believe it, but you'll never be able to leave it. With Cornholio is all trapped everywhere. It's everywhere you can see. Cornholio is in the air. Do, 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 do. It's flying around everywhere. Cleveland always be special to me with a 17-minute rain delay. What does that mean? You got a little action there, Cupcake, and the rain delay underneath of the poncho or what? Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of confidence, Chef, don't you, in the ingenuity of private enterprise and the invisible hands to get out there. There's some genius sitting out there in Nevada now at IGT. The boss called him in. Damn it, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Boss, they're not going to buy our machines. They're going to buy the new machines. Figure out something to spray some bullshit on it, or just flash ultraviolet light. Gone. The Cornholio is gone. That's brilliant. Now you're thinking, son. Build the ultraviolet into it. Now you're talking, man. God damn, you can get paid this week. All right. Yeah, get the chip. I don't know. But I just hope to hell we have pro football. When you think of Lamar Jackson in that tank in the backfield from Ohio State, you look at the Ravens offense now. Holy smokes. That kid out of Ohio State, what a rusher. J.K., whatever the hell his name is. Yeah, gamblers or tactile people. Yeah, they'll be doing something. Chef knows. Chef and I are on the same way. Ever been to the Mistake by the Lake? Is that in? No, but you know, we had Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. How you doing, Ginger? Nice to see you, guys. It's time for a refill, huh? Straight. We got to have football. I don't care about basketball. But man, with that pro football on a Sunday, come on. Just to see the highlight reel. He could go all the way. And I don't know if I want to leave it. It's something that you can believe in. La la do 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 do. Cornholio is in the air. Da 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 da. Cornholio is in the air. Lo do do. Do do. Good times. Thank you. I like to ad lib. I love that. That keeps your mind sharp. How you doing, Steve C? What's going on? College basketball. I need booze and cigarette money. And yeah, I told you when I'll start smoking again. If the Dow breaks below 18.2, that's it, man. It's all on. It's all up in the air for the future. That'll be it. Can you say Greater Depression? Yeah. That's my high water mark of action right there. Figure by that point, who in the hell cares anymore? Might as well go flaming out the door there. Cornholio is in the air. Yeah, flag football. Could you imagine that? First down. Offensive interference. Pass interference. Number 17. Defense. Automatic first down. Freshen that drink up. Yeah. J.K. Dobbins. What a beast, man. Can you imagine J.K. Dobbins coming out of that backfield for the Ravens? Oh, man. Good luck catching that kid. What a beast. So I'd like to see some football. I'd like to see another great 49ers season. I think they'll make some adjustments this year. But anyway, I'm kind of focusing down on Vegas now because I can't wrap my head around. Think of what people go for now. Think of what Vegas did over the last 20 years, 15 years since the last, 12 years since the Great Recession. They went from being dependent on gambling, right? And everything was whales. Man, we got to get the whales and we got to get the rollers. They turned the whole town into an entertainment venue now. Would you agree with that? It's like they know, like look at where I stay downtown, the Gold Spike. It used to have a license, gambling license. Do you know what? They gave up the license. They have outdoor game area, giant chess sets, beer pong, volleyball outside, Cornholio game set up, and they pack them in on the weekends down there. The young people don't give a flying F about gambling. And I noticed this I've been going down there strong for 21 years. And I saw the town change to entertainment, shows, DJs, clubs like the Taj and the Venetian, $800 bottle service, big ass DJ parties with number of DJs out of LA coming up, big time DJs. Okay. Concerts. I'm sure that bastard shooting people would, now what do? You can't have the big concerts. You can't have the nightclubs with everybody gyrating, and you can't have the $800 bottle service. I'm trying to put two and two together. You guys can help me out. Chime in. Yay, KC, the Super Bowl champs. Love Kansas City. Love to see them win a Super Bowl. That's awesome. I don't see how it doesn't drop to 15K. Restaurants, sports, air travel. Well, that's what I'm saying, Nashville. That's what I'm saying, Chef. That's what I'm saying. I'm putting the picture together and I'm trying to think how. Thank you, Dave. Dave says, we love you in Ohio.
We love you in Ohio, Rosie.
Rosie loves Ohio. One of the most interesting states. Akron, Canton, Columbus, Cleveland, Sandusky, right on through, man. What a state. Love that state. They're pretty crazy. I can't even watch car racing. It's just the most boring thing I've ever seen in the history of the world. That and tennis. Driving around in a circle. Some Vegas casinos are charging $5. They're not gonna be charging anymore. I've said it before. I'll say it again. They're going to be clubbing each other over the head to see who can remove the resort fees fast enough. MGM is having a promotional month of July. All resort fees are waived. Caesars Entertainment Group will now match. We're dropping all our resort fees. You watch the race to the bottom down there. What happened? when unemployment, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're not, a third of the restaurants aren't going to open here, Chef. You know, I was listening to a girl, Sandra Bernstein, on the radio here. Not a girl, but a woman. She has a restaurant group here in Sonoma, Santa Rosa, up in Healdsburg, a very hoity-toity restaurant group. The Girl in the Fig restaurant, some of them are very well known. And she was saying today, people ain't going to come back to that. I get nothing out of NASCAR at all. I guess the USA will turn into a third when all the business now we're class. I think that's probably it, grumpy old man. But it does not mean that we can't have good times. And out of that collapse will be born what? New businesses, new industries, new technologies, new ways to make money that haven't even been imagined yet. Out of that ash pile of burnt shit will emerge green shoots of new businesses. The future Microsofts, the Oracles, the Procter and Gambles, they'll all come out of that. That's the beauty of that. Carton of cigs. Next will be the 99. One does it, they all do. That's it. I don't think so, Cheryl. The whole landscape of hoteling will be changed forever. Simple economics always works. You cannot fly into the face of economics and marketing. When the marketing director comes in and the boss says, you know, we're not filling up the hotels, Cheryl. What are you doing? Well, boss, why don't let's do something crazy. Let's drop the resort fees. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. I'm working on another business to get in today doing YouTube. Well, you'll probably do okay, Chef. Good to see you, Rhonda. Have Rosie's Chooch Incorporated. I'm going to be a consultant. I haven't raised the next Bill Gates. Hey, Tara, how you doing, beautiful? I'm going to be a motivational consultant. I'm going to sit behind the desk. Come on, talk to me like I'm a fifth grader now. Tell me what your idea is. I'm going to be the new Shark Tank. Only this time, if your idea sucks, I push the button and you do go literally into the Shark Tank down below. Yeah, we'll see what happens, Cheryl. You know, I hear you, honey. You're as smart as a whip. You're a lot smarter than I am. We'll see what the hell happens. I just know when you put things on, you take things off. When times get tough, you have to heighten the appeal of something. And right now, the appeal of Las Vegas is negligible. Gambling will feel like being in a fucking spaceship. Pardon my French. You might as well be rolling around in a bubble. All right? No camaraderie at the craps table. No, yeah, hit that 9, yeah, hit that 4. No fun at the bar. No fun at the club. Tell me how we sell that experience. So when I finally sit down with the mayor, I'll say, let's talk about how we sell this stripped down experience now. Here we are in Vegas. We'll get our rental car and we'll... No, we can't be in a limo with other people. That's right. Oh, we can't have our bachelorette party. You're own that town. How much will Trump sell it for? There you go. Yeah, how you doing, Bad? Nice to see you. Good evening. I just like to think my way through things. I like to just see the current state of affairs. It's like, to me, it's like a ship at sea, and you have boiler rooms down below, and you have 4 boilers. Okay, one boiler for each of the drive shafts out, 4 propellers out the back, one boiler per each. Now you've lost 3 boilers now because you struck an iceberg. Okay, you're moving ahead at what, 1 knot? Now how do you get up speed again? I mean, that's the basic problem that I'm talking about, is you're on a dead calm situation. It's very difficult to package that new Vegas experience. Having to use a straw that fell into the green. Oh God, Chef. And you and I were getting along so good. Can't we just talk about a nice big pair of tits or something, or a nice ass? Do I have to talk about that? We'll be fun. Won't have a vacation left. Combined with casinos everywhere, locals feel safer. So, just our current state of despair. How you doing, Opium? Just think you could own all the wedding child. No fee to need a drive-by wedding. Could you imagine that? I don't know. It's going to be. That's why I find it so fascinating to get out and travel. Now, this is going to be the greatest time to travel if you can maintain your hygiene in the last 100 years. The stories that are going to be told on street level are going to be amazing. I think that's the thing that fascinates me the most, is the thought of what's there, as long as Mel Gibson and Tina Turner don't show up. Proud Mary, keep on burning. Hey, Deborah. I said rolling, rolling, rolling on the river, rolling on the river. Yeah, the marriage license bureau is opened up in Vegas again. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Much appreciated tonight. Stay out of Planet Fitness, and I gotta go to Planet Fitness. If I'm boondocking, well, the hotels are going to be so cheap. I'm definitely going to be at the Spike first, but I've got to make sure the pool's open. Down there, that's a good pad to observe. Nothing's going to be different at the 7-Eleven. Okay, ain't nothing going to be different at the ghetto 7-Eleven. Nothing going to be different on the wall of shame down there with the boys, Cadillac and Tiger. There won't be one damn bit of difference on Fremont Street East. Now we can turn our attention to the main events and see how people are adjusting to the diminished entertainment. I mean, what do you do? What do you do on Fremont Street? Do you have the bands up on the stage, and then you tell people you have little X's on the ground that you have to stand on one of these X's? I don't know. Yeah, no headliner shows. How are you going to headline somebody? Cher will be a bag of bones before she gets back to Caesars. I had a nightmare with Cher in it. Jim Beam. Tina and Mel was a road. Oh, okay. Thank you, Ham and Egger. How you doing tonight? Good to see you. I hope you're staying safe up in Canada there. Dr. Fauci funded bat virus research. We're live. Go to Peak Prosperity Watch. I don't know. Madowicks, there's so many bad eggs in this thing. The professor at Harvard I spoke about 2 months ago, that's under indictment by the Justice Department, okay? I mean, there's so many bad eggs. There's some professor in Texas, you know. So no, but we're gonna give you the. We don't know who you are, so we don't. Okay, there we go. We don't watch a Boyd parody channel here. Let's see, that's what I was wondering. How they will do show, they cancel until further and then figure out how the age. So if I could turn back time, do. That's what I try to say, Chef, is I try to just logically think my way. Thank you, Cheryl. Just get it. So somebody trying to promote BS on here. I try to think my way forward. And I try to connect the dots of what people go to Vegas for now. You land in Las Vegas, you get your rental car, you go to your hotel. First thing you want to do is you want to unpack, you want to get a nice dinner somewhere. Okay, I don't know what that experience is going to be like. It might be okay. And then what do? You want to gamble? I don't know what that's going to be like. But then you want to go to a club, hang out, get some music venue till what, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and then you want to go back and gamble a little bit till about 4 a.m., and you want to go to bed and then get up around noon and do it all over again. So I'm trying to figure it out. Terrible tooth there. Oh, sorry, Gypsy. Halfway into a treatment. I'm putting big... Catherine, that's it. All the Vegas acts can be put in big hamster clear balls. They could roll around. The professor, I'm not sure who the professor. These are all virologists and biochemists and things like that. Let me see. If I could turn back time. Texas A&M. We got the Harvard professor. San Antonio. False claim alleging of Harvard. The recent arrest of a Harvard professor is one case when officials at Texas A&M sought to determine how much Chinese government funding its facilities members were receiving. 100 were involved with the Chinese talent program down there. All the targeted researchers at Texas A&M are working in fields. This is called the 100 Talents program of China, which I knew about a year ago. We don't see the same offers for, they don't care about English majors or French literature. They're looking for people in the sciences. Offers involve University, MD Anderson Cancer Center, Emory University. They're all over the place. Charles Lieber from Harvard signed a contract which he paid around $50,000 a month. He was lying to the U.S. government. You know, you got a lot of shitbags in academia. You know, a lot of professors, a lot of academia hate this country. And they turn back time. If I could turn back time, do. Yeah, it's called the 100 Talents program. See, the problem is, in my opinion, Cheryl's a 7-star Caesars member, so she knows a lot more about high styling in Vegas. So the Rosie girl's a low roller down there, okay. But I try to think, you know, it's like Janet said, should Vegas even reopen? I mean, should you risk giving people a subpar experience? Is that risky? Let's suppose that, John and Jane Doe fly in from Kansas to spend a week in Vegas, and it just turns out to be awkward. It turns out to be that there's no real facilities to use. Dining is awkward. No shows. Nobody's winning money. The casino hold is very high and tight. They risk turning them off. So there might be something said, until you can give the whole Vegas experience, let them keep drooling, baby. We should go into the tunnels in Vegas. DeeDubs will protect you. They're probably going to be pretty crowded down there now. Remember what? It only takes one chick to be lit up down there that jumps in your face, and the rest of them, it's like a bee's nest getting hit. Bzzz, they're all buzzing around. And remember, it's always going to be the woman that lights you up down there. You never go to Vegas for what I want to say. I want to know why I never... Rosie, you never go to Vegas for what I want. I'm not sure what that means. They've always risked that. You can't make everybody shut down the wet markets. A lot of research do not... Yeah, I don't want to go to restaurants and shows if I gotta wear a mask. I don't. Oh my God. These poor trolls, these dickheads can't get any traction on here these days. Yeah, so that's what I'm curious about, is should you give people a half-ass experience? Do you risk a lot if you do that? Or do you want to make sure that the Vegas experience that you deliver is always, and I don't care if that bastard is shut down for 2 years. Let him be drooling and slobbering. The gem in the desert, baby. Take a can of wasp spray. It's dangerous. Many on drugs. Yeah, I'm not sure about going. I don't want to hit anybody with wasp spray. I don't want to permanently damage. Alex, hey! Alex from the block. How you doing, my friend? Nice to see you. Low roller with all high rollers. Got to be very careful in Vegas. There's going to be a lot of people pissed off. With the neighborhoods I walk in, St. Louis, Baltimore Avenue, down in Naked City, in the heat, you better believe it's going to be off the chain down there. All right. There's going to be a lot of pissed off people in that town. You already see people on May Day yesterday, like Workers of the World Unite. Yeah, I think that I agree, Cheryl. I don't think the tunnels just want people wandering in. I think of these days. Have you heard of the surgeon of Crawthorne, about a young U.S. civil that dismembered himself? It has. No, I haven't. I didn't hear that, Opiami. I'll have to check that out. The surgeon of Crawthorne dismembered himself in the UK. Yeah, it's, you'd be surprised. The history you don't know is sometimes shocking beyond belief. A guy that would cut his own nuts out. Off time. So we'll see. I mean, that's just one town. That's just one town. A lot of these towns, you wonder how Baltimore is going to fare. Will tourists come back to the Inner Harbor? They might for day trips and stuff. You know, it doesn't have the high level of reputation that Vegas has to live up to. The income from the stars, the income from the entertainers. I'm sure they're racking their brains figuring out, Chef, how you're going to put people into a venue to enjoy a concert. And over time, they'll relax that. People, things will happen, but it'll be weird. Yeah, I don't want to go near the. You don't want to be in the heat. Wintertime, okay, but when things are hot, think of all the bugs that are walking around, black widows, and people are hotter than hell living on the streets. It's just, you go down to those tunnels and you hit the wrong combo of people, and it's not like the cops are going to give you an escort. Now, maybe if I hired a couple security guys to go through as kind of a press detail and did something, that might be a different story. That's the equivalent of hiring a chick to be out to do a photo, a video shoot in town. Might be money well spent to kind of protect yourself, but it might be more antagonistic. You might have a real melee down there. Yeah, the Inner Harbor in Baltimore is very nice. It's beautiful down there. It is. I must know when I was. Oh my God! Please don't talk about felching anymore. I think of the man in the can. Let's see. Jay, Hollywood is. You can tell the desperation every day. Read the Daily Mail. Okay, and read the U.S. Hollywood page of the Daily Mail, and you can see. You think I put my body out there a lot, right? These every day they're putting their asses out there in G-strings and just trying to stay relevant. How do you shoot a movie now with social distancing and all that? And who in the hell knows? I don't know. Okay, he was committed to a mental prison in the UK after shooting an incident and went on to become the most prolific contributor to the Oxford English Dictionary. Weird, huh? Yeah, you don't want to see that, Julie. I want to smack those protesters on that. Listen to Janet. This is America, Janet. Yeah, I don't want enough felching and God, can't I just have some nice conventional sexual experience? Yeah, please don't. Looks like you're down to the rocks. More sipping, less yipping. There we go. Yeah, spooky dangerous. So, I don't know. Are you you're in Edmonton, you're in Alberta, aren't you, having Edmonton around there? If I could turn back time, do. Yeah, better take smokes. By that time, I will be. Lighten up. Blurry. How in the hell does that happen? Is it better? Yay, that's better. Yell about their constitutional rights. Okay, how's everything in Alberta up there, Hammond? People are pretty calm. Most Canadians are pretty level-headed up there. You get out there? Yeah. Oh my God, Katie. Poor Katie. Katie, no! This chat will ruin you, Katie. My sweet, innocent Mississippi magnolia has now been ruined. Oh, God. That's what the man in the can does. Oh. Oh. Somebody put Chef in timeout for... 20 minutes west, no case in my town. Nobody cares, really. There you go. Ham and eggers and all nonplussed about what's going on in the world. Let panic reign elsewhere. In the civilized world, Canadians will roll on. Yes, I know, Vicky. Vicky, you have a little wild streak in you, but I don't think that would be it. I think I could get you to do some kinky stuff, but I'm not sure that would be it. No, I don't think I'd be going there. If I could, yeah, moving on. Cheryl's like, do you know I had to endure 4 months of Oh, poor Cheryl. How do I ever pay Missy and Cheryl back again? Yeah, I'd like you all to be nice. We are being nice. That was the best line. This is us being nice, you know. If I don't get a hold of Cornholio on my hemorrhoid, Katie Flower, let me clutch my pearl. Yes, I protect my Katie girl. She's a magnolia of Mississippi. She's my baby doll. Yeah, Patty Mooney says, man, I thought I heard it all. Should not have looked that up. How you doing, Shay Shay? Well, that's what I say. You don't appreciate it till it's gone. And he had an outstanding friend in me, and but certainly YouTube was much more important. But that's neither here nor there tonight. Not looking up stuff. I don't know. Yeah, there you go, Katie. Next, I'll have you looking up a Cleveland steamer and all that stuff. I got too many kinks in my. That's all I can handle. It's like that way I feel about artwork. Doesn't anybody just paint a nice landscape anymore? Does it all have to be like a head of horror on a canvas? Somebody holding a severed head next to him. Does anybody just do anything truly beautiful? I'm doing good, Shay Shay. Thank you, honey. I'm hanging in there too. If I could turn back time. Yeah, don't look up stuff anymore. Don't look up stuff anymore. Who cares, Vicky? You know, it's called a guilty conscience. That's what it's called. If I had to pick one person on YouTube with a bleak future, that would be my #1 pick. Now I can't get that fucking song out of my mind. If I could turn back time, do do do. I miss Bob Ross, Happy Trees. I always turn up the volume. What did he say? He said he had to pee. No, the trees. My grandmother used to try to listen to that. What did he say? He's got to pee? No, Grandma, he's doing trees. Yeah, I gotta keep my Katie girls sweet, man. I gotta keep my girls sweet and innocent here. I don't want them to do not look the symptoms up. Dr. Google is bad. Yeah, help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda, too. You can sit on my face. Do, 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 do. Help me, Rhonda. Help. That was one of my favorite songs. I watch Bob videos to go to sleep to. I usually put on Seeds to Freedom's. If I wake up at 4 a.m., I'll put on a Seeds to Freedom live stream. That usually does it for me. I watched that stupid Geico commercial. Had rat in my head all. All day. Good night, Tammy. There's no help for us. Tammy, humor will always get us through. Do you know in the days of the bubonic plague, in the Middle Ages when death stalked the land and plague spread from Istanbul to Spain and France and England in the darkest days, there was still humor. There were still people getting it done. There were still traveling minstrel shows, traveling carnivals. The sun was still out, despite the fact every video, every documentary you ever see about the Dark Ages will always be dark and gray and blue toned. There were actually days that the sun shone, okay, and people weren't being put on the rack and pilloried and beaten to within an inch of life and everything else, okay? When you Baltimore Clippers, ooh, when you Clippers from Baltimore. What do you think of the disco era? The beat was good. Do you know, Shay Shay, when you hear music that your heart synchronizes to the beat of that music? Do 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 boom do 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 do. I heard somebody say burn, baby, burn, disco inferno, burn, baby. I like that. Let's see if we can get the Baltimore Clippers, huh? Without Jen coming out screaming. Do 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 do. Good old Baltimore Clippers, the pride of the AHL. America's southernmost hockey team. That time. All right, let's get ready. Let's hope we don't get Jen blown out here. Ready, guys? Hey.
When you Baltimore Clippers, when you Clippers from Baltimore, fight you Baltimore Clippers. Baseball fight for a Baltimore score. Defensemen,
Forwards and goalies will win without a doubt.
For Baltimore and Maryland, every Clipper fan will shout, fight, fight, fight. When you Baltimore Clippers, when you Clippers from Baltimore, fight you Baltimore Clippers, and score.
Take it up a half step.
Score.
That's when they score a goal, baby. That whole arena be rocking. One more half step up. Big finish.
When you Baltimore Clippers, when you Clippers from Baltimore, fight you Baltimore Clippers, and score, score, score.
Oh, those glory days where you had to run for your life after the game because you were at the downtown Baltimore Civic Center at 8:30 at night in the worst neighborhood in the city. Yeah, 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 the good old days. The good old days. You know, there was a time, kids, when we did not have Cornholio virus. Tell us, Grandma, what was it like? I'm on timeout again. 10-yard penalty. No. Offsides. Defense. Number 14. 5-yard penalty. Still third down. Oh, man. God. Grandma, tell us. Grandma Janet, tell us about it. Why? What happened? What happened? What was life like before the Cornholio virus? Well, Vegas was unbelievable. Let me show you this video of this tranny named Rosie O'Kelly at the Piranha Club dancing. Wow, they actually had people together in clubs. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh man, that's funny. Funny as hell. Thank you very much, Carlos. Thank you for making an appearance. We could go to games with no surgical mask. Wow, and you could actually sit at a bar. What's a bar, Grandma? And what was those weird things that they have between the blackjack table? They look like plastic screens. Yeah, that. Oh man, good Lord. They were good times, weren't they? Yeah, I got the best mods here. My mods, your stuff never sees the light of day on. I got the absolute best of the best of the best when it comes to mods by far. Baseball games and sunflower seeds and sunburn and fun. Yeah, sitting up and choosing the wrong side of the stadium to be on in that day game. Woo! Ah, that would be terrible. Thank you, YouTube scamming couple. He didn't even get to finish. Poor Carlos. What's Main Street, Grandma? Hmm? What was Fremont Street like in those days, Grandma? Wow, they used to pack them in like sardines. Really? Yeah, you'd be shoulder to shoulder. Really? And nobody dropped dead, Grandma? Well, if they drank a lot, they appeared to drop dead. Yeah. Yeah, Cornholio is the car of Carl budding of viruses. What a joke. Well, I don't know, Ham and Eggerson. Look up the town of Gallup, New Mexico, man. Look, they closed the whole 30% of the town has Cornholio. I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? I mean, there's something down there. Do, 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 do. Poor Carlos can't even get 3 letters in. Carlos Infinity. Yeah, what's sardines, Grandma? You sleepy eye, man. They got all that. If I don't disturb in English, that's good, Opiami. You want to have that Farsi written on it too. You'll be in good stead. This is the month of Ramadan, right? This little troll has never had a woman. You owe R.V. Davy an apology. I never did anything to R.V. Davy. I never trolled R.V. Davy. I never did anything to R.V. Davy. R.V. Davy wanted to force himself onto my panel, and I don't have people do that. And when I told R.V. Davy, no, you're not coming up on my panel, that's when he got crappy. It had nothing to do with his past. It had to do with his very bad and belligerent behavior. So, and his subsequent behavior proved that I was correct in my original assessment of him. So, gonna go get a little more in here. If anything, he owes me an apology. I don't have troll accounts. I never have. I never will. Hey, Pan Banana, how you doing? Man, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Yeah, I believe in everybody. You know, I try to be a nice person. But when he found out, he initially, a tribe called Cookies came to me. And he wanted to force RB Davey. He's like, oh, you got to help this guy out, give him a break, help him build his channel. And I'm like, I don't really even know the guy. Well, put him up on your panel. And I'm like, I don't know the guy. I just don't put random people up on my Hangouts. So RB Davey got really pissy about it, and that was the end of our. That was it after that. So. Imagine being born now and knowing a world of Cornholio and surgical man. Can you imagine that, Madowix? Do a shot and tell us the same story about it again. I think my there she puts up with I do, Catherine. So that's what it is. I don't go out of my way to bother anybody. Help out a diddler. It's not, the story wasn't known to me at that time, but when it was known to me, it was not the kind of person I wanted to have. Just because his negative behavior bore out my decision. It's like, well, that validated that. So that was that. Drinking whiskey like vaccine and wearing Lysol like sunscreen. That's exactly it. It is Gypsy Mom. Today I turned 46. My kids and ex chose the flavor. My lucky, they got the worst one with the Shift Chalet. It came. Guess who got stuck with the bill? Happy birthday to me. Thank you, Gypsy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gypsy. Ooh. Happy birthday to you. Go on a limb for someone they turn on bottom line self-entitlement, sickness. Yeah, I did. Thank you, Laura. Right, I really appreciate it.
Today I turned 46. My kids NX chose the flavor. My luck, I got the worst one. We all decided Swiss chalet for dinner. It came. Guess who got stuck with the bill? Heart. Happy birthday to me.
That's the most Brian ever had to talk on my. That's the most Brian ever had to talk on my chat. Gypsy Mom was right there. Happy birthday, honey. Much love to you. Hey, LaDonna, how you doing, sweetheart? Nice to see you. So I hope you have a wonderful. Despite the fact that you got stuck with that bill, I'm sure they love you to pieces, honey. That's for sure. Man, oh man, yeah. Yeah, it's about time we drank a little bourbon tonight. You know why tonight's a bourbon night? Can anybody tell me what this would have been today? Any of y'all in the sporting world know what today should have been? Hello? Oh, my hearth burns bright for my old Kentucky home. Loo doo 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 doo. Anybody know? Yeah, Brian's going to end up with laryngitis. What today would have been the first Saturday in May? Janet Fields. And the third Saturday in May would have been, nope. Here are the horses for today's feature race, a $1.2 million allowance race. Run it 1 1/8 miles. That's it today. 1 miler. It would have been Kentucky Derby Day today, and 2 weeks from now would be the Preakness in Baltimore at Pimlico, the storied Pimlico racetrack. The hats, the mint julep, the beautiful women, the great race card. One of the greatest days in sport there. So I'm sad that's another tradition. It's hard to think about how much work and effort down in Louisville they put into preparing for one day and 1 week. Not just a day, but a whole week. Parades, breakfasts, luncheons, cotillions, lawn barbecues at mansions and thoroughbred stables and farms, cooking contests. it's hard to believe. How you doing, Gordon? Thank you. Gordon lives in Baltimore. It's really hard to believe that all that work and all that prep just got scrubbed out of that. Yeah, they should have run it. The ads are so big. They're great for social distancing. They are. So, drinking some of that Kentucky, good old Kentucky bourbon. Not all bourbon is whiskey. Excuse me, not all whiskey is bourbon, but all bourbon is whiskey. But there ain't nothing like Kentucky bourbon, baby. No offense to you guys in Tennessee, but I love my Kentucky bourbons. Manowick says, why can't horses still run races? They can't catch Cornholio. It's an event thing. They want to push it off to September. To push the three big races, the Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont off to September if they can. It might work. Might be a very crowded sports calendar in September. Might be a lot of fun at that time. Rebuilding the Jim Beam factory. Yeah, I love Jen. That's all I drink is Kentucky bourbon. I never cottoned to Tennessee whiskeys like George Dickel or Jack Daniels. Just not my thing. I would have been doing a few Derby parties. I love this week doing all the Derby food, the hot browns and jewelry. That's what I'm talking about, Chef. There was just a disruption of tradition. Now maybe they would have been wiser to just have ask people please social distance, but we know what would have happened. People would get shit-faced on some of this stuff all day long, and it would be Cornholio Central down there. What they should have probably had is close the infield and just have the grandstands and the seating there. That would be it. Tennessee whiskey's the drama community. Tara's like I love Jim Beam. I love just about any bourbon. Tara likes it straight up. Sometimes I like to have it with a little bit of a mixer, but I like it. That's the way, I like it. Or I do like the tall boys. Did you see Mr. Z brought me a Sapporo to drink? That was nice. He don't love you like I love you. If he did, he wouldn't break your heart. Every time I cover this channel will explode. Yeah, I know everything. I'm full of it. You kick around like the old girl as many years, you pick up a few things. Yeah, Tara likes Woodford. It's expensive as hell. It's $50 for a bottle. Actually, Tara enjoys regular straight up Jim Beam, which is to me is the greatest value proposition in bourbon. For the quantity that they kick out, the quality is great. Hooligans, gonna say, sing That's the Way. Partial to Captain Morgan. Boy, I had Sailor Jerry, man. Holy crap. Sailor Jerry spice rum. Then we went to Six Flags the next day. Janet, the boss, and I, and Bobby, and I just blew chunks all over this kid in front of me. Destroyed my sweatshirt. God, what a day. Of course, the boss made sure we got a nice greasy breakfast of sausage and everything after drinking. I probably drank half a fifth of Sailor Jerry. That's it, Jen. The three big horse states on the East Coast: Maryland, New York, and Kentucky. That's it. I just wish I'd have to have done drinking energy and it was still. Yeah, I Ralphed on the kid. I did. They made me go on this here roller coaster that went upside down. But that wasn't as bad as the one that went like this. And then came down, the rocket ride or whatever. I got off of that thing, I was cooked. That was it. That was it. What's up, Four Scores? I'm hoping we're still on for October, bro. Praying to the porcelain gods. Will Disneyland ever reopen? It's it's a question of will it reopen to the same crowd? Remember, Disneyland got so crowded that they started doing the fast track or whatever thing. Okay, but now I don't know if you can think of how long the lines are going to look, right? How about Universal Studios in LA and Knott's Berry Farm? They all have logistics that they got to work out. I love Kentucky bourbon, Jay. Yeah, I know you're ready to get away, Four Scores. I can't stand rides. I don't like that. I like spook houses and where they come out and scream and stuff. I like that, but I don't want to be. I don't like roller coasters and that kind of stuff. What's my favorite drink? Would be Four Roses or Michelob Ultra beer. That's my favorite. I like Four Roses whiskey. I like that a lot. Secretariat, what a beautiful horse. That's the greatest thing I've put that up 2 times on my channel over the years. The greatest single thing I saw in sports was Secretariat's June 1974 run for the Belmont victory. 22 and a half lengths. I never saw a horse in my life decimate a field like that horse did. That horse was in a whole nother class. And I remember how negative people felt about Watergate at that time and all that BS was coming down, and here came that horse. I guess I was 16. Yeah, about 16 years old. Yeah, 4-hour wait per ride. Yeah, I can do the old wooden coasters, because you're not going upside down. You're just, and then going up and then, but, I used to go to Hershey Park in Pennsylvania. That was all right. I didn't have a problem. They had the old rickety wooden thing from the 20s. It was like, really? You look outside, the boards are coming loose. Yeah, I like the haunted houses too. I think Devil's Cut, they take the barrel and they actually squeeze out from the barrel walls. They extract what comes off of the barrel walls. We extract this dark and intense liquid from our charred barrel walls and blend it with extra aged bourbon. It's quite good. It's quite good, but they branched into Fireball and cinnamon. They start putting all these friggin'. They did the same thing with beer. They put 100 flavors in it. Good night, Tara. Much love to you. Miss riding horseback on the beach. I'm not sure, LaDonna, but go look up sometime the Secretariat Belmont win. That'll make the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Okay, Gordon said Baltimore's basically shut down. Well, I kind of knew they were. Yeah, it's quite good. I don't like Fireball. I don't want cinnamon notes in my liquor. I'm sorry. I'm a real purist when it comes to that. So Only thing I got is Jim Beam apple. I can smell it every time. I never even know they had an apple. If I buy Jim Beam, I always go in and just buy the standard Jim Beam. I'm not an experimenter. Cedar Point is the place for roller coasters. Is that in Ohio, Dave? Cedar Point. I think Cedar Point is in Ohio, right? And then they have that Schlitterbahn, yeah, Kings Island, all that stuff is out there. That's big time. Ohio is big time coaster country out there. Oh, don't like chucks on my body. What do you like on your body, Lisa? Hmm? Sandusky, Ohio. That's where all the stiff punchers. Chef says, yeah, back in the day, if you wanted malt liquor, you got Mickey's or Schlitz, not 100. That's what I'm saying, Chef. How in the hell do you know? You can look at the beer case these days. It's like, what the hell? And I'm sorry if I don't like Blue Moon. I don't like ale. I don't want orange slices in my beer. I'll tolerate a lime in Corona beer if I'm having Mexican food, but I would never get Corona as a bar beer. No way. We had a kid get decapitated on a water slide at Schlitterbahn. Ugh. God. Clean up on aisle 4, right? I mean, can you imagine the seasonal workers that work there, the 18-year-old kids, a decapitated kid? Yeah. I mean, talk about therapy for years. Lemon Kugels, that's terrible. I'm not even much on malt liquor, to tell you the truth. I'll do a standard. I can barely tolerate the taste of that steel. I don't like that crap. I'd rather have a natty light at 8%. I can do that. That's okay. It was really horrible. He was 91. 9, I think. Beer soda was just way too. I asked for forgiveness. I like chick beer. Angry Orchard, that's okay. Chicks are a whole nother class, Catherine. That's cool. A lot of chicks like vodka mixers, vanilla, limoncello, things like that. That's okay. I love lager beer. I don't like ale. Okay, I think if you grew up in a beer town like Baltimore, you had American beer, Gunther beer, National beer, and Arrow beer. 4 big brewers. You grew up on lager beer. There was no such thing as ale. I had to watch the 70 mil. I had to do it for me. Okay, take care, Joseph. Yeah, I think that was 74, 73 or 7. But it was an amazing race, wasn't it? Secretary, he's running like a machine out there. 14 lengths, 16 lengths. Unbelievable. That horse had the track record for I don't know how long. Cuervo, all the best. Cold PBR. PBR had this really bad reputation when I was. Sometimes I'd have a good. I don't know. I run hot and cold. I'll drink it. Jay says all the beer to me tastes the same. I put you down a Michelob Ultra, which has amazing taste for the lowest calorie beer. It's also the most popular, one of the fastest growing brands right now. You put that against a Pabst Blue Ribbon, you're gonna tell a lack of smoothness with the Pabst on there. Michelob and Coors. That's all I would drink is Michelob or Coors Light. That's it. Or I like a Guinness. Yeah, I do like a dark beer. I like a lot of shit. Tammy's like, I quit drinking, but tonight I relapsed. Yeah, The Vanishing of Falstaff beer is fascinating. Best-selling beer of the 60s and 70s. It's like Chef, do you know what the number one bourbon in the 1930s and 40s was in America? You know what it was? It was Four Roses bourbon, and for some inexplicable reason, they started making it for export to Japan. I will never ever figure out some of the things that they got a buyout or something like that and directed their stuff to export. Man, I had crappy beer in college. We'd have Iron City. Oh God, what did we have, man? We would just buy the cheapest crap that was in the can, $5.40 for a case. Yeah, I don't like sweet drinks. Not a beer breeder. I love a beer. That's the way. I like it. Yep, yeah. Smash that thumbs up if you haven't done so. I appreciate it. Shiner Bock is a great German stuff. I heard that Ladonna. We had Youngling beer is a good one up in the Middle Atlantic. That's a great one. But I like a good Guinness. You guys have seen me go gaga for dark beer before. Uh, yeah, that shocks me. Dark beer. If you've seen me on some of my chooches when I would be over at the Third Street Ale Works with Steve and Mike when Elbow and I went in and we met them there that night. I love that the Mexican. It has the very dark beer. It's delicious to me. A dark beer. Iron City. Woo! That's it. Yeah, the speakeasy. Black and White Dog. I can't remember the name. The one that rode on the beer truck for Budweiser. Here comes the king. Here comes the big number one. Do, 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 do. Now I feel like I've got to take a big number two. Do, 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 do. When you said Bud, you've said it all. Do, 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 do. Chip was Chip the Dalmatian on the Janet will know if Chip was. We went to the Budweiser when they had the Clydesdales there. Spuds McKenzie, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah. Youngling beer is quite a good beer. I had that in Baltimore. Dude, I should be in song stylings, right? They hate me at Anheuser-Busch now. Kirsten, I just think those nights when Dee and I would just sit behind the spike and we would just get a couple cold beers or something and just sit there and 95 degrees and just have end the night. I mean, it was good times. It was great, great, great times. Yeah, I didn't like Schlitz beer. Our president of our college, his brother was the master brewer at Schlitz, so the college he forced us to always buy kegs of Schlitz beer for parties. Yeah, we got kicked out of the Budweiser factory thanks to Bobby. And I almost knocked Bobby over the rail of the third floor of the plant there. Good times, man. You can see it on video. Just put Budweiser factory tour in the description box and you'll see where I almost killed Bobby. Almost knocked him over the rail one day. More good days are coming. More good days are coming. Bobby's in lockdown. He's doing good. He's doing good. He be doing good. Blatz Blue Ribbon. Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Mazel Tov Incorporated. We're gonna do it. Give us any chance, we'll take it. Give us any. I just hit the wall. We're gonna make our dreams come true for me and you. Ooh, yeah, it's a few part series. Oh, man. That's funny. We're gonna do it. Shirley DeFazio. Yeah. Rules will break it. That's right, Cheryl. Being kicked out royal boot seems to be a wouldn't that be a privilege now, Opiami, to get the royal boot out of some place? I mean, you can get the soft boot or the hard boot. I've got both kinds. Drink up. First time I drink was Miller Lite. I thought that I was grown. Well, when I was a kid, the first beer, we had National Beer in Baltimore. National Bow was the big sponsor of the Orioles. And it was actually a pretty damn good beer. It's still around today, but forget the hell what the hell was. Oh, the first beer I really wanted to drink was Miller High Life. When it's time to relax, Miller stands clear, beer after beer. If you've got the time, you've got the time. We got the beer. Miller Beer, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That was it. Good night, Chef. Take care. Thanks for being on tonight. I really, really appreciate it. Coors. Now, Miller was the first one I wanted to drink because I love the gold on the can. And it seemed like everybody I knew was either drinking a National Beer or Miller Beer. And then I got older in the 70s, late 70s. I remember when Coors, it was almost like a riot hit Baltimore. My God, there's Coors now, and you can actually find a Coors in certain locations in Baltimore. It's like, oh my God, we got to find the Coors beer. And it had the double pop top things you would pop, the gold yellow can. Yeah. Miller High Life. Yeah. Black and white whiskey, the dog on the label. I'm not sure. More taste, less filling. Are you sure? Good night, Dave. Are you sure you're not thinking of RCA, his master's voice? Where the dog is sitting on top of the coffin with the Victrola there. See, people think that the dog is just sitting on the floor. The dog is sitting on the coffin. Okay. The dog's hearing its master's voice, even though the master's dead in the box in the casket, which was pretty gruesome advertising. And my heart burns bright for my old Kentucky home. Do 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 do. La da dee da dee. Do do do. And then people got so freaked out they had to put the dog onto a table. People just couldn't take it. There's sitting right on top of the casket right there. His master's voice, which was very powerful advertising, you know. Yep. The peculiar interest the dog took in the recorded voice of his late master emanating from the horn. That was actually developed in the UK. Nipper, that was his dog. Good old Nipper. Kids outside the Russian River join. We're crazy. Look at the light. Oh, can you imagine Opiami? That was like a different. That was like a different era. And you know what? That was 3 months ago when Elbow was here, and we drove around and did the city ride, and we went past the Russian River Brewing Company, the one bar there, and the people were lined up, hundreds of people waiting, probably 150 people waiting to get their growlers of beer. It's inconceivable these days that there was even a time like that. Yeah, you still have LPs with that dog's picture on it, right? Still somewhere, it's still part of RCA, is part of NBC, which is part of Comcast Universal. Pliny the Elder and Pliny the Younger, very, very, very popular. It was, yeah, Lisa, because the original concept was that even though his master was gone and he was sitting on his master's casket, that he could still hear his master's voice, and he would turn his head like, so. Then they changed it. They put it on a round table. My mother worked for RCA in the 50s. That's cool. That is totally cool. That was only a few months ago, and it seems forever. Inconceivable that we went to Vegas. We would be on Fremont Street walking amongst all these people. It was crazy. Unbelievable. That from today. Ooh, Blister City. Peter Frampton. Bow, do 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 do. Do 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 do. I wonder. Yeah, Frampton comes alive. Bow, 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 bow. Do do do. Petey. Nipper, 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 nipper. His master's voice. That would show the fidelity of the sound was so good that the dog was fooled by that. But we know that 78 sounded like shit. Scratchy as hell. All right. Well, anyway, it is 11:56 p.m. Wow, I can't believe we went 3 hours tonight. I had a great time tonight. I want to thank you guys for being on. I had a couple adult beverages tonight after a day of very hard work. As usual, I won a number one. Yeah, winning at the casino, Kirsten, the $20 method, right? I want to number one thank my wonderful moderators for their tremendous support of this channel. Truly the backbone of what I'm able to do here. And for Cheryl, Jen, Missy, and the other ones that have come in and out tonight. Thank you so much for your kindness. It's very appreciated. And I want to thank you, the rest of you, for being on, and wish you a very good night, and keep smiling out there, okay? It's amazing when you smile and you laugh and you can still virtually get together with people, and it's like hanging out on a bar on a Saturday night. We can still have a very, very, very good time, right? So good times. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Hammond Eggerson. Good to see you. Please stay safe. I know Alberta's in good shape, but places like Chicago and they're kind of off the chain. Just be safe. Thank you, Jen, and everybody else. Cupcake, continued recovery to you, honey. Be careful in there. Respite homes and places like that can, just make sure people are doing the protocol. If you haven't hit the, thank you, Larry. If you haven't hit the thumbs up on the way out, please do so. And I really appreciate you guys being here. With having said that, that seems to be the words of 2020 now. I bid you good night.